Hi Alliance members, this is Newell Augur coming to you from the State House itself for the week ending June 1st, this week's update from Augusta. There's been a lot going on in the last couple weeks since we gave you the last update. The most significant of note is today in front of the Cross Office Building, the Home Care and Hospice Alliance, along with folks from the intellectual and developmental disability community, the county jails, and the Maine School Management Association held a joint press conference calling on the legislature to come back into session to address the four issues related around those constituency groups. Increases in sustaining the current reimbursement rate for direct care workers, shoring up money for the jails, and actually issuing a legislative order for the allocation of funds for schools. The press conference was incredibly well attended. All four major media groups were there, and it will probably be part of the discussion or the coverage that's going to go on regarding the Appropriations Committee meeting, which are also taking place today, also in the State House. I just came from the first of those meetings. They haven't actually mustered up yet, and they're both the Republicans and Democrats on the Appropriations Committee are in a great deal of discussion. They don't seem to be going anywhere at the moment, but they are at least talking, which is a good sign. I think they all clearly recognize that they need to get this thing done, and we again are getting assurances from both sides of the aisle that they want to make sure that home-based care workers and the reimbursement rate is funded for the second year of the budget at that additional $4 million. So we'll be watching that very carefully, not only tonight, but in the next couple of weeks as the negotiations around a special session continue. We're still hoping, we don't expect that special session to happen before the primaries on June 12th, but hopefully there'll be some semblance of an agreement prior to that so that when they come back in, they can ratify those pieces of legislation. There is still discussion, we know it's on the table, of changes to the minimum wage increase and also some movement around Medicaid expansion, but how the parties are going to align on those issues is still anyone's guess at this point. We'll keep you updated as that goes on. Another thing of note, the business and health groups that are organizing to oppose question 1 on the ballot, which will be the 3.8% tax, which is creating a new program for home-based care in the state, has asked me to serve as their chairman and spokesperson, and I've accepted that role as much to make sure that all of you have a voice in the table on how that campaign is prosecuted going forward. As we all have discussed, we have some very serious reservations about private health information of our workers and of the people we serve being distributed to private groups without their authorization. And obviously we have a number of other issues regarding the creation of an additional bureaucracy to engage in home-based care, given the fact that we do have the Maine Care program, which, with all of our other dents and bruises that we deal with Maine Care, that is the program currently, and this would create yet another bureaucracy that we would have to navigate. So obviously we are unanimously opposed to that and have made that clear to folks who have asked, and we're going to continue to make that message heard in the months ahead, and I'll look forward to those discussions with all of you and with the community at large as we go forward with that. We'll keep you updated, and we'll have some primary predictions next week, but that'll do it for now. Have a great weekend.